Sip H, that super bass got boom, boom. Got me dead live, I'm Kurt Cobain, boom, boom. Sip H, that super bass got boom, boom. Got me dead live, I'm Kurt Cobain, boom, boom. Sip H, that
Welcome to Bellow Field for the second half of today's NCAA men's soccer tournament doubleheader between the Swarthmore Garnet and the Stevens College Ducks. Both of these teams know that a win today means a game tomorrow against the #1 ranked Jumbos. But today, that doesn't matter. All that matters is winning one more game to keep their season alive. I'm Riley Daniel, and alongside me for this game is Ariel Weinstein. Live from JumboCast, welcome to the NCAA tournament. And a warm welcome to you today, Ariel. What are the keys to the game for both teams today?
Well, I think coming into this game, Swarthmore has had a really strong a high strength of schedule, but they did lose in the opening round of their conference championship, so they haven't played since November 2nd, which means that they will be well rested, but they also may be a little bit rusty coming into this game.
Yeah, how do you think nerves come into this game? Because Stevens had to win their conference tournament to get here. Swarthmore didn't, so Stevens is used to the pressure.
Yeah, Stevens won their conference tournament in penalty kicks, so they're definitely used to the pressure. But both teams playing away from home today, I think nerves will definitely play a factor in this one.
Yeah, I think it's very, very exciting to see two teams with such high quality, such talent on display. I mean, taking a look at these rosters and seeing where some of these teams are recruiting from, it's just shocking that these schools like Swarthmore are recruiting from the academies of like Premier League clubs, and you wonder just how much quality they really will have on display today.
Yep, most definitely. We should see a pretty evenly matched game today.
Yeah, and for those of you who are used to watching Tufts men's soccer on JumboCast, you are not seeing double. That is not Wu Vin Shin. That is his older brother, Wu Jin, playing for the Garnets.
Yep. Here we go. And here comes Swarthmore as they break the huddle.
Swarthmore breaks the huddle and Q Stevens going into their huddle. Yeah, one other factor to be aware of in today's game is we hope to not see it, but there is a possibility of seeing thunderstorms and hail. So I'm not 100% sure what the rules are on hail in NCAA tournament games, but I know for a fact that it will not be fun to play through.
Most definitely not, and we definitely don't want the game to have to be either postponed because the next round does happen tomorrow. So hopefully the weather holds off.
Yeah, for sure. And you know there's a anxious Jumbo's team waiting back inside watching this game live to try and figure out who their opponent's going to be. Looks as if Stevens is going to get ready to kick off momentarily. And we are not live. A little bit of a fake out there. And now we are live, and immediately starting off are the Ducks and booting it out of play for them. So quick throw-in taken by Swarthmore. Connor Gill to play it. That ball is up, and Giacomo's going to stand under it and get it out. Quickly there is Muth. Fighting for that one in the air is Mosser. And a foul that's going to go against Swarthmore, apparently. The ref calls a handball, and so it'll be a free kick for the Ducks.
Muth did reach out with his hand and touch that ball, but it looked like he had been fouled before he did that. He looked like...
Yeah, I agree with you there. Second header from Ward, and it is going to go out of play. They rule against the Garnet, and it'll be a Ducks throw-in. Quickly taken back, and they'll reset. And now they try and play it up on that right wing. And now it goes back to Kabaisman. Won by Muth and out for a Ducks throw. Into the head, that is Gill. And now it is back to the keeper, that is Kral, who will take it.
Kral's going to take his time and let Swarthmore set up.
Yeah,
here.
definitely. And that one is booted low, not exactly what he was looking for. And now Hawken can turn and chase, and he will control. And a push in the back, ref plays that on. Plays it in nicely for Andino. Andino tries to play it back to Hawken. Hawken pressing high. Hawken still pressing, goes off of Hawken, pops nicely there. And it'll go out for a corner. Good start here for Swarthmore. Or not for Swarthmore, for Stevens, correction. Quickly taken free kick. That ball bouncing in the box. Second ball, still bouncing around. Two Swarthmore defenders run into each other. Third ball bounces around towards the top of the box, still fighting for it. Shot coming. Shot deflected, saved by Kral.
Stevens with that high pressure, forcing a corner off of the Swarthmore back line.
Definitely, and it's showing early. That high pressures looks to be a little bit of a problem. But it is controlled nicely here. That is Silva. And he will play it into Musakia. Wide to Pino. And now it'll be played on that right wing by Kuzemka. Kuzemka gets tackled, taken by Swarthmore. And that is controlled nicely by Charlie Ward. And now Calathias plays it back to Muth. Muth tries to control it, can't. And it'll be controlled by Mosser on that right wing. And now Andino comes to it. Andino trying to control it. Cannot control it all the way. A step there, nicely there by Pino. And now that is Silva trying to lay it off for Pino. Pino with the little flick goes wide. Good idea there from the Stevens midfield, but they could not turn it into a clear-cut chance.
Yeah, and the ball's been in the Swarthmore half for the majority of these opening 5 minutes here.
For sure. Seems this Swarthmore is kind of on the back foot right now with a good start here in this one from the Ducks. And there's going to be a handball against Swarthmore, it looks like. So that'll be another Stevens free kick. Stevens getting a lot of those early on. This one will be taken by Kybisman. He's going to look up. He has Dressman on that left wing. Instead tries to play it down the line looking for Kuzemka, but can't find him, and that'll go out of play for a goal kick. Here, getting set to take this goal kick is Kral. He has a boot and a half. That's up for Charlie Ward. Second ball is controlled nicely. That is Andino. Andino fighting for it in the midfield. Still fighting for it on the back of the defender. And now here's Gill turning to chase, and Giacomo's back, and it'll be taken by Moriarty.
And now Gill overextended, so Stevens able to get the ball up through the middle.
Sure. And now here they come. Hawken lays it off nicely for Andino, who plays it into the space of Mosser. And now it is Tumasabe, who tries to play it, cut out nicely by Giacomo, but a foul behind the play on Stevens as Tumasabe was taken out late after he played that ball.
And Swarthmore coming in, having previously been nationally ranked. They were ranked number 24 in mid-October. They recently fell out of the rankings, most likely due to that loss in the conference championship. But it shows that this team is one of the best in the country.
Good ball stood up wide for Harry Hotham. Hotham's going to try and run onto it, but can't. Still fighting for it. Connor Gill trying to get there, and now Muth. And that is going to go off of Swarthmore, who let it run out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for the Ducks. This one will be taken by Tyler Dressman. Good flick on there from Hawken, controlled by Nolan. And now he will switch it to Hotham. Played back to Nevins. And now to Sean Nolan with it. Sean Nolan plays a ball that is picked out, looking for Hecht. And now here comes Stevens. They have Hawken through. Back is Sean Nolan to cut him off. Plays it into the feet. Shot saved. Good shot there from Silva, and a nice save from Krall. They play it out from the back and quickly play it wide to Tumashabe, and he can look to run. Wujin Shin down the line, cut out nicely there by Pino, and now he plays it wide to Wujin Shin. Here comes Swarthmore. Ball in the box, headed. Gill with the header back across the ball. Tumashabe gets taken down in the box. No call. Collected nicely by Boreati. The crowd screaming for a call. They're not going to get it.
It looked like Tumashabe tried to chest that ball down and try some sort of bicycle kick there, but wasn't quite able to keep his balance. I'm not sure that would have been a penalty. I don't know if there was enough contact there.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you there. I don't know about the contact necessary to get that sort of call.
Swarthmore's fans, though, obviously wanting a penalty.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. And here is Leo Hecht on the ball. Looking for a teammate, doesn't find one, so we'll play it back to Sean Nolan, who will play it to Krall. Very cagey affair early on. Sean Nolan looking for Wujin Shin, flicked on. Muth getting up there. And now it will be taken out. Tumashabe over to Chase now. And they'll play it back with the Ducks to Kybersman.
We're definitely seeing a faster-paced game here. Both teams moving the ball around quickly. There hasn't been a lot of sustained possession for each team. The ball has been going back and forth a lot.
Dressman with a nice turnaround hacked, but it'll come to Charlie Ward, who will play it back to Nolan. And nicely into Wujin Shin. Wujin Shin with great footwork there to get around the defender and play Hecht. Hecht back to Wujin Shin. Shin against Dressman, off of Dressman, out of play. That'll be a throw-in. Throw in, flicked on by Muth. Dane tried to be held down by Gill, can't control it, and here comes Stevens. That one is played nicely, and a nice 1-2, and it'll go wide to Kuzemka. Kuzemka has runners, plays it down the line, and it'll be taken by Nolan. Kuzemka gonna pressure. Kuzemka still on Nolan's back. Nolan will get rid of it, but won't get it all the way out. Fought in mid-air, a late tackle with studs up from Andino. I'm not sure who's down. It looks like it might be Muth who's down.
Yep.
It is Muth who's down. The ref rules out a foul. No card shown, but a free kick for the Garnet. And they will take it. Controlled nicely. That is Calathius. And now back to Sean Nolan. He has Hotham to his right and decides to play across his body to Nevins. Plays it nicely into space for Wujin Shin, who lays it off. Looking for Muth. Muth comes in late. Then they call it against Stevens? Wow. I thought Muth was going to see a yellow for that tackle. Instead, he gets the foul call.
It looked like Muth let that ball get away from him a little bit, and then when he tried to recover, he took out that Stevens defender. But Stevens isn't complaining, so maybe he did get some of the ball.
They must have seen something we didn't. That's all I can say. Anyway, this will be Sean Nolan standing over the free kick. The Garnet have 6 up in the box to make runs. Ball whipped towards the back post. Free header no one can get to. Second ball headed back in. Out. Third ball being fought for. Hecht tries to get to it. Instead, it'll be flicked on. Runner's in there. Ball bouncing around in the box. It'll come out to Charlie Ward. Charlie Ward gets it down with a shot. Deflected. Looked like it hit a hand. Tumushabe couldn't get to it. And it'll be taken by Boriati. That looked as if it hit off a hand. I don't know about you. I thought that was a penalty.
The Swarthmore bench also did too. I didn't see that it hit a hand. It looked like it might have hit the hip area, but anyway, that shot, all the power was taken off that shot, and Boriati was able to corral it.
And here is Connor Gill quickly as Swarthmore looks to attack again. And now Wu Jinshin. Wu Jinshin cuts around Dressman. Dressman on his back. Wu Jinshin gets tangled up in his own feet. Tries to get around Dressman. Dressman not going to let it happen the second time. Wu Jinshin knocks the ball back. Can he save it? He can. He plays a ball in, but is taken by Giacomo. Giacomo gets it out only as far as Harry Hotham. Harry Hotham fighting against Silva. Silva gets it, forces him all the way back to Nevins. Nevins plays it, and now they will control again in the midfield with Ward. And a good ball wide there from Kothius, but is out of play.
Just a little bit too much on that pass there.
Very ambitious here, that Swarthmore team. They like to play those through balls, it looks like.
Yeah, and after the first 5 minutes, we're seeing this Swarthmore team settle into the game a little bit more, starting to get some possession. The ball's been in Stevens' half a little bit more these past 10 minutes.
Yeah, it seems kind of as if the first, 7 minutes were all Stevens, and the last 7 minutes have seemed to be pretty much all Swarthmore. That one is a boot looking for Silva. Hotham is there to take it, but it does come to Silva, who plays it back to Tyler Dressman. Dressman tries to play it in, looking for Hawken. Doesn't get out. A shot from distance. That's ambitious from Andino.
Yeah, he was around 30 yards out there. I don't think that from that distance you're going to beat Crawl, but worth a shot.
Swarthmore looks as if they're set to make a sub. It'll be Christian Stevens going to make a sub. It'll be Sean Ryan coming in, replacing Kuzemka.
Coming on is number 27, Sean Ryan.
Kuzemka looked good early, but just really couldn't keep the pressure up.
Yeah, he was making a lot of runs down that right side and putting pressure on the Swarthmore back line.
High foot there, ref says play on. Now comes back and calls the handball against Stevens. And that was thrown over the hand of of the Swarthmore player to intentionally slow the counter on the free kick. We saw it earlier where if you let them take the free kick quickly, good things can happen. And Stevens wasn't taking any chances. Here's a ball. Connor Gill will pull one in. That one's low, not what he was intended, and that'll get cleared by Dressman. And here is Sean Ryan immediately. Sean Ryan plays it nicely to Andino. Andino looking for a runner. He's going to play Sean Ryan. Sean Ryan just couldn't keep that down. He would have been in. Instead, it'll be cleared out nicely by Kalathius. Wu Jinshin comes to get it and now takes it. And Charlie Ward on it. And Charlie Ward will play it wide, and it'll be controlled nicely by Kalathius. Down the line, and now that is Tumushabe. Tumushabe one-on-one, gets to the byline. Tumushabe tries to cut across, and that goes out of play. Wasn't quite sure if he was going to shoot it or cross it there, and never really made that decision.
Looked like he might have had Gill on the 6-yard, on the edge of the 6-yard box, but he decided to go for goal and just was leaning a little bit too far back and put it over the crossbar.
For sure. That's really good. And it will be Boriati to take for Stevens. And that one is up, fought for. Muth wins it. And now Tumushabe tries to play it for Connor Gill. That one was hit too hard, and Gill, all he could do was head it down. And it will be Pinot, who plays a deep ball, looking for the run and finding it of Hawken. Hawken lays it off nicely for Silva. Silva now. Silva still trying to get a shot, can't. Deflected out to Andino. Andino will look to play Miser. Instead, will cross a ball and looking for Hawken. Hawken still fighting for it. Sean Nolan boots that one up. Dressman will fight for it, will win it. Nolan gets in front of Hawken to prevent him from turning, and it'll be booted out all the way back to the Stevens end where it can be reset by Kybesman, who plays Giacomo. That ball's under hit, but Dressman will get to it anyway. Dressman wide on that wing. He has space, and he finds Silva. Silva kind of cut in. Silva gives it away to Gill, who plays a sloppy, dangerous ball back, but it is taken nicely by Nevins, who will send a ball flying cross field, looking for Tumushabe, who finds it and gets around Pino. Tumushabe has pace, but a little bit of a loose touch, and that goes out of play for a goal kick.
Tumushabe just getting to that ball was pretty amazing, but then he took too big of a touch, and it went out.
Yeah, it looks as if he could be a threat down that wing.
Yeah, he's got a lot of speed, and we've seen him make a bunch of runs into the box. So Stevens is going to have to keep an eye on him if they want to corral that Swarthmore attack.
For sure, for sure. Boreati once again taking a goal kick. He's starting to get tired of these. Sean Ryan up for that one. Flicked on nicely, but can't control it. Muth wins the second ball. Third ball won by Stevens, but the fourth one is cleared by Sean Nolan to Giacomo. Second ball now, and it'll be taken by Tyler Dressman. Tyler Dressman chests it down nicely, and he'll play one slip there from Nevins, and that surely hit his hand. Wow, the ref says play on. Charlie Ward will immediately switch it looking for Tumushabe, but it's over his head behind him and out of play. And looks as if the Stevens bench is still having a word at the assistant referee on the sidelines about that last play.
Yeah, it looked like Harry Nevins slipped, and when he slipped, his hand hit the ball. I'm not sure if that's called a handball because it's unintentional, but still.
I think the ruling is supposed to be it'd be a foul but no card, but I don't know if the ref saw it hit his hand clear enough. Anyway, Swarthmore back on it. Good step there from Pino to prevent it going from Tumushabe, but it'll instead be taken by Leo Hecht, who now has runners. He has Gill in the box. Could he pick him out? Instead tries to play it low. Comes back. Great sliding tackle there from Kivesman to get there ahead of Gill. Gill wins the next ball, though. Pino gets a header nicely to Silva. Muth in. And now it'll be played nicely to Dressman on the wing. Dressman's going to look to maybe send. Instead, he'll slip it inside. Nice 1-2 play there. And they will give it away, though, as a sloppy pass there from Miser. And it'll be reset with Calathius on that wing, who will play Nevins. Nice turn there from Leo Hecht. And he will find Calathius, who will play it wide to Tumushabe. And now it is controlled by Leo Hecht. And back from Muth. And here is Nevins. Nevins plays it nicely to Leo Hecht. Leo Hecht being pressured a little bit by Sean Ryan. And now Nevins tried to play it. That one is cut out by Dressman. Wu Jinshin tries to get it and does. Gets cleated a little bit there from Silva. Ref says play on, and Nolan will control it back at midfield. And he will swing it wide to Calathius. Calathius down the line looking for Tumushabe. Tumushabe with a little bit of a bump against Kabaisman, and that'll go out of play against Tumushabe anyway. The ref seemed to be inclined to let that contact play out.
Yeah, I think he probably also let it play out just because the ball went off of Tumushabe for a Stevens throw also, so.
Substitution.
A sub for Stevens as Jay Poskett will come in replacing Hawken.
Yeah, and Hawken is the leader on the Stevens team in terms of points. He has 6 goals on the season. So looks like they might be changing up their strategy a little bit, bringing in Poskett.
Yeah, I wonder if it's that, or I wonder if it's the fact that this is a NCAA tournament game where you really need, especially in a system where you only have one striker, someone with fresh legs.
Definitely that too, and also both these teams know if they win this game, they're gonna have to play again tomorrow.
Yeah, against a tough team that really was able to rest some of their star players because of just the level of dominance they showed. And here is Sean Ryan on the ball. Tries to play in Poskett, but instead it'll go long and be taken by Kral. And he will play it 1-2 nicely to Nevins. And then given away, but unable to corral it completely was Musakia. I've not said his name much today. He's been very quiet. And it will be Calathius on that wing, trying to play with Tumushabe. Tumushabe forced inside by Andino. Good work, good footwork though. He'll play it back to Nevins. And now Tumushabe will play it all the way back to Kral. Kral with a boot and a half. He'll try to play Connor Gill. Connor Gill is going to stand up for that against Giacomo. Wu Jinshin with a little bit of a turnover there. Ooh, dangerous ball as Poskett had a runner, but he gave it away. And now here come the Garnet. Tumushabe plays it. Oh, great slide tackle by Pino, cutting out the pass to Charlie Ward. Space for Leo Hecht, given away though. Leo Hecht plays Wu Jinshin, and now Gill, and now wide on that wing, and Charlie Ward has an overlapping run. He'll shoot it with his right foot across the net, off the crossbar, or off the post, and away. Good shot, just missed.
Swarthmore fans cheering that attempt. That was just a couple of inches too far to the right. Came off the
Great
post.
ball there. Great ball looking for Wu Jinshin, and all that can be done by Giacomo is simply head it out to the next line of the Swarthmore attack. And here is Calathias. He'll play Leo Hecht, where he has Hotham playing Giacomo. Giacomo being going to be pressed by Shin. It'll be played to Mazer. And now Silva will take. Back to Mazer. Mazer with 2 on him. Plays a nice little play into Andino. Andino opens it up nicely for Musakia, and they are able to escape the pressure.
Yeah, Stevens switching the field really nicely there, able to get some open space, but then they turn the ball over.
Dangerous touch. Stevens could be on this, and a interesting tackle there from Hotham, as he seemed to get a lot of Silva, but no ball. Anyway, here comes Ward quickly attacking, and he has Tumushabe on the wing. The ref's going to put the hand up. Someone was offsides. I don't think it was Tumushabe. I actually think it was Calathias coming with the overlap who was offsides on the run.
Anyway, that was a pretty late call on that offsides. I think Tumushabe raised some objections with the referee for calling it a little bit late there. Matthew Loreg looks like he's about to come in for...
I'm not quite sure who he's coming in for, actually.
Not sure.
It's unclear. We'll let you know as soon as we know. Anyway, Tyler Dressman going to take the throw. Dressman, and now controlled nicely. A little bit of flick-on play, and Dino tries to find a teammate with a no-look. Giacomo with a good header. And Dino up for that one. Can't take it. Instead, Mazer, with a little bit of help from Musakia, gets it, but it is controlled nicely back by Nevins. That one's played to Calathia, but he is immediately being pressured. As Poskett came in, hasn't had a touch yet, but he's brought a lot of pressure. Tumushabe gives it away in his own half. And now here come the Ducks. A little bit of space, and this one's played wide to Tyler Dressman. Can Tyler Dressman look to have a hit? Instead, he has a heavy touch that'll go out of play for a throw-in for the Ducks. 20 minutes to go here in the first half. Not a lot of action, but a very intense game nonetheless.
Yeah, a couple of chances for both teams, and that shot by Charlie Ward is the closest we've seen
Ball
to a
whipped
goal.
in here, cleared away. Hotham gets away with it. Up for it, a good one there from Musakia. This ball bouncing around. Wu Jinshin with a nice tackle. Gill fighting. Ball taken off of him by Dressman. And now Silva with a 1-2 from Musakia, but that one went out of play, and that'll be a sub. It'll be a sub, or actually 2 for Swarthmore, as into the game will be
Looks like Gill is going to come off here, and Cramblett coming on for him.
Cramblett will come on for Gill, and it'll be Harry Hotham coming off, being replaced by, that is Matthew Loreg. And while we were bringing you that sub, the Swarthmore bench was asking the referee for something to be called a foul the next time, or to be given a yellow for something the next time. I'm not 100% sure what exactly, but they were not exactly happy about that.
Yeah, the referee has let a lot of contact go in this game. It's been a pretty physical game so far.
Yeah, well, it's not conference play anymore. You can't expect every little call to be called in the NCAA tournament. And that's what I think Swarthmore's looking for. A little too much today. Back to the keeper here, and Boriotti will reset for Stevens. He will play it looking for Andino, but a good header there from Nevins to get that one out. Second ball, Nevins also wins against Sean Ryan, and he'll go out of play for a Stevens throw.
Yeah, Harry Nevins is got all conference honors at the end of the regular season. So he's definitely a staple of that Swarthmore back line.
Foul there as Poskett goes right through the back of Calathias. No attempt to play the ball whatsoever. And here is the aforementioned Nevins to take that free kick. Not a great one as he immediately, the first ball is won by Stevens, and now here comes Andino. Andino has runners, will play it wide to Poskett. Poskett with a little bit of a loose touch, cannot keep the momentum going. Ball flicked on nicely by Ryan, but can't find a teammate, and it is booted out by Muth.
It looked like that ball was a little bit behind Sean Ryan. He wasn't able to keep it going forward.
Yeah, you're right about that, for sure. And serving as that double pivot, yeah. Musakia plays it wide to Dressman. Dressman plays it wide, looking for Silva. And now Musakia with a little bit of space. Plays it looking for Poskett, given away, and now Nevins can look to spring a counter. He plays a nice ball into Wu Jinshin. Wu Jinshin gets doubled, gets rid of it, though, to the space in front of Charlie Ward, and here come the Garnet. Charlie Ward cuts in around Sean Ryan, plays off to Tomashabe. Slide tackle there from Sean Ryan. Didn't get anything, no ball, nor person, and it'll be play on. Controlled nicely there by Wu Jinshin. And now that is Calathias, and now a lot of people going down all of a sudden. Ball pops free to Jason Muth. The ref's going to call a foul behind the play against Leo Hecht for that slide tackle.
Yeah, as soon as the ball went to the Swarthmore team, I think he was looking to play advantage if Stevens had gotten that ball, but Swarthmore was able to grab possession, so the ref called that back.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks as if Swarthmore, looks set to make another sub momentarily with Antonio Caligari coming in. Unclear for who. Boriotti to take the free kick. That one hangs up. Isn't cleared well. I didn't hear another whistle, but apparently there was a foul.
It looked like the ref called a foul on that contested header, apparently. I didn't see a foul, but we have a Stevens
There was definitely
free
contact. I just was wondering where the whistle was.
I didn't hear a whistle either.
Free kick in a dangerous spot here for Stevens. So they can really stand one up to either post as it's dead center about 35 yards out. Andino standing over it.
Swarthmore is making a wall, but they haven't put their tallest players in that wall, so they've got Muth and a couple of their center backs in the box.
It'd be an ambitious shot from here. Fakes out the shot. Andino standing over it. Now will take the shot. That one curling wide. Good idea there from Andino, but a little too much to ask. And Swarthmore will make a sub as into the game will be Caligari replacing Tumashabe.
Substitution.
Yeah, Tumashabe's had a big impact down that left side for the Garnet. He's been able to make a lot of runs into the box, and a lot of their attacks have been through him. So we'll see what Caligari can bring for the Garnet as there are 15 minutes left in this first half.
Yeah, Caligari could bring a different dimension, a little more possession, but I don't think from what I've heard, he does not have the pace that Tumashabe does. Wu Jinshin controls it and tries to play a nice ball, looking for the sub of Loreg, but instead is given away. And here comes Pino down that wing. Given away, and here is Caligari on it for the first time. He has and finds Leo Hecht in front of him. Shin in front of Hecht. And Hecht's going to try and run one-on-one against Kybisman. Kybisman's not having any of that. He gets it out. That looked like it hit off a hand of a Stevens player. Instead, it pops to Andino. And here is Stevens in the midfield. A dangerous slide tackle. And That is a foul clearly on Calathias. He's trying to argue his case, but there is absolutely no chance of that winning. He came in, spikes up.
Swarthmore bench also doesn't agree with that call, but I have to say I do agree with the referee on that case. He came in and completely took out the Stevens player.
Yeah, and there was not only that, it was a studs up tackle. It's the sort of tackle that you're honestly should be happy that your player doesn't see a card for. Good ball lifted over the top, looking for a runner. Misplayed a little bit in the Swarthmore box, and it'll go out for a Stevens corner.
Oh, it looks like he actually was able to play it off of Dressman, and they're gonna have a goal kick here.
Yeah, you're right. Wow, what a play there from the sub there. That was a great play from Kremblett to get all the way back to his defensive end and hit it off of Dressman. This one will be taken by Kroll. That one did not get very far, but a second ball is nicely won by Calathias, who plays it all the way up, and Boriotti will come over to take. Boriotti brings it back with his feet and then picks it up. Little bit of Swarthmore fans upset about that because that was a rule change a couple of years ago where you did not used to be able to do that, but now you can. So that is 100% a legal play. Boriotti's going to take his time and now boot it up, looking for a runner. And a good ball over the top. Looks to find a teammate, but instead just finds it all the way back to Boriotti, who will reset for Stevens. That one spun off his foot and did not go very far. Howlett wins the first one, Muth with the second one. Ball fought for in the midfield, and it comes to Andino. Andino has Sean Ryan to his right, instead cuts back nicely, and now could look to play Sean Ryan. Instead plays it wide to Pina, who's getting all the way up. That ball whipped across, did not get through the defense, as that could have been trouble. And now here comes Swarthmore. Charlie Ward with a lot of pace all of a sudden. He has a runner in front. He has Howlett. Can he find him? Charlie Ward onto his left foot. Charlie Ward gets taken down. Ref says all ball. Wow, there was a lot of complaints. Kybisman takes it. Now he plays it into space, and here comes Musakia. Or not Musakia, that's Master correctly. And now a sliding tackle there from Sean Ryan, who gets taken out behind the play. The ref's going to blow that play dead, as he looks down and in a severe amount of pain right now.
Looked like he slid into Harry Nevins, which would normally mean that Harry Nevins would be the player on the ground, but it looked like Nevins might have jumped over and just clipped Sean Ryan in the rib cage there. He looks like he might have gotten the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah, we absolutely hope that he is better and can continue on. So we would not like to see anything like this happen on JumboCast or anywhere for that matter. He looks as if he's okay, but I think he's going to have to come off anyway based on NCAA rules, which the ref's going to let him stay. That's interesting. Maybe that's just NESCAC rules. I know in the NESCAC, if you have an injury that requires you to be subbed off, no, they are going to make him sub off now, as that is an NCAA rule that if you require a timeout to be treated by an athletic trainer, or even if you're not treated by a trainer for an injury, you are required to be subbed off.
On is number 20, Freddie Lynn. Stevens. On is number 12, Brendan Mulligan.
Yeah, back to that last play, the Swarthmore bench was definitely not happy with the no call there on Charlie Ward getting taken down in the box. It looked like it might have been a 50-50 call, though.
Foul there against Stevens. That one's going to go on Mulligan, who's just entered the game. And the Swarthmore coaches are literally coming. He's left the bench to come yell at the fourth referee over here. So they are very much making their voice heard, and in a way that might not endeavor themselves to the referees.
You don't always want to do that if you're a coach, because then calls will continue not to go your way. But
Freddie Lynn getting a first touch, and he'll go out of play for a Swarthmore throw.
we are still scoreless here with just under 10 minutes to play in the first half. It's been pretty evenly matched with both sides getting attacks down left, center, and right
Yeah,
sides of the field.
yeah, for sure. Both sides have been very much on the attacking foot, but Swarthmore's going to try and look to get a little more attack, a little more juice in them towards this
Substitutions for Stevens.
second half,
On
or
is
towards the
number
end of this
20,
first half.
Vespucci, as well as number 11, Luca Campbell.
Referee is yelling at the Swarthmore bench is yelling at the referee about time wasting. I don't know why you would think it's time wasting. You're not up in this game. It is a tie game in the first half.
Granted, Swarthmore is the favorite here, so Stevens could be trying to waste time and just get a counter-attacking goal. But they've had a sufficient amount of possession that they wouldn't really have to waste time yet.
Yeah, also, if your entire strategy for an NCAA tournament game is time wasting, then that's just disappointing. And here is Stevens on the wing, and that will be Jonah Johnson, or not Jonah Johnson, that is Luca Campbell getting his first touch on that wing and controlling it nicely. Looks to swing in a ball. That one is batted around, and it'll come to the top of the box, and Dino tries to get it around Gambit. Instead, it'll be just booted by Charlie Ward out of play. As it looks as if Stevens is going to try and bring on a little more attack here with the sub in of Luca Campbell. And a little bit of space, Charlie Ward going to play it nicely for Cramblett. Cramblett's going to open up and play Loreg. Loreg down the line looking for the runner, that is Lynn. Can Lynn keep it in? He cannot. That ball is overhit and will go out of play for a Stevens College goal kick.
This game hasn't exactly been open, I wouldn't say. There have been a lot of through balls and counterattacking football, but there haven't been many shots on goal from either side.
Yeah, it's been a very cagey. We talked about it at the very beginning, and it's been true for pretty much all of this game so far. That ball bouncing around. A dangerous tackle behind the play, and Jason Muth is down, and he is hurt. Jason Muth looked to have gotten a foot to the nose.
I think he might have. He looks to be holding his ankle, his right ankle. I think he might have gotten kicked right below his shin guard on a follow-through from one of the Stevens players, but he is getting up now, so that's a good sign for Swarthmore. He has been a dominant force in the air for Swarthmore, winning a lot of those 50-50 balls that we've seen from both sides on the goal kicks and on just general clearances.
Yeah, and he seems to be in a considerable amount of playing, but he's going to play on. I mean, you know, really, unless you're told you cannot play by the trainer, you do not want to leave an NCAA tournament game.
Definitely not.
And here is Swarthmore in the attacking half, and here's Jason Muth going up and winning that ball. And now Calathias plays him, and now he'll play in Charlie Ward. Charlie Ward plays it down the line for Caligari. Caligari can't get there. Calathias comes all the way up from left back and almost gets there, but it just rolls out of play. 5 minutes to go, and I hate to break it to those of them on the field, but these look as if they might be the 5 last dry minutes of play today, as the Storms look to be coming in within the context of halftime, and that will definitely attack this very energetic game and really make it cagey. And here comes Stevens. Tackle behind the play. Ref says play on. It'll be booted out nicely by Nevins. Fought for at midfield, and now Andino's on it. Andino trying to play it. Plays it to Americo Vespucci. And now a nice 1-2 ball, and here comes Stevens. Stevens has runners. The ball, great slide tackle, bounces around in the box. Still trying to get a shot off. They haven't yet. And all the way back is Caligari to make the play and get that ball out of there. Luca Campbell now fighting for it against Caligari. Caligari wins it. And now a 1-2. That ball is cut out nicely. Controlled by Kybesman. And now wide from Masser. It'll be controlled by Pino. Pino will open it up and play Giacomo. Giacomo looks for Tyler Dressman, will play him. Dressman has no one, instead he'll play it inside to Mazer. Mazer will open it up and play Andino. And that one goes wide to Pino. Pino's gonna swing one in. That had a little bit of direction and curve on it, but it just carried too far right into the waiting arms of Kral.
A little too much air under that ball from Pino. None of the Stevens players able to get on the end of it before Kral caught it.
And it looks as if Stevens will make a sub with John Valkarshi coming in momentarily. Here is Swarthmore looking to attack. A nice 1-2 ball. And here is Cramblett. Cramblett plays in a ball looking for Freddie Lynn, but a nice grab there from Boriardi as Pino just shepherded Lynn away from that ball before he could get a shot on net.
Yeah, Giacomo was able to hold him off just enough so that Boriardi could grab that before Freddie Lynn got there. It's just the little things like that. And that's another shanked punt from Boriardi.
Yeah, he's holding his back. That's never a good sign. Held up nicely by Luca Campbell. He'll play it back to Andino, and here come the Ducks. Bit of space, and now it comes into Mazer. Mazer with a shot at the flex. Looked like it hit off a hand. Instead, it'll go all the way out to Kybesman, who will play it back, looking for Andino. Andino can't keep it, can't win it the second time either. Now Moose gets taken out from behind from Andino, and that'll be a foul. Well done there from Jason Muth. 2.5 to go in the first half here at Bello. So it is getting dark fast, and it is getting stormy fast.
Wind starting to pick up here.
These two teams are really going to have to dig deep as we get looking towards the second half to get a winner. A terrible clearance there from Stevens as Silva had all sorts of space and time and just booted it out. And now Swarthmore is going to bring up their tall players for a throw-in late in this first half. Muth tries to win it, can't. That one goes out as far as Calathea. That ball is played back in, looking for Muth. Muth tries to control it, can't get it in with the first one. A bad touch there by Stevens on the end line, and that'll go out for a corner. Or no, it's going to be a throw-in deep in the Stevens half for Swarthmore. That one flicked all the way in. Up for it is 2. It's going to go out for a corner. And this will probably be the last major attack of the first half, as there's just over a minute to go. Swarthmore with the corner.
Got a lot of those players up for Swarthmore. It looks like 7 or 8 in the box right now.
Hotham was standing over it, ready to take.
Stevens has all 11 players behind the ball right now. Do not want to concede.
In-swinger whipped in towards the back post. 2 guys up. Ball bounces towards the shot. Shot from, oh, good shot from the top of the box from Caligari. Deflected out of play in another corner. Swarthmore is going to quickly take this one as they now have seconds to get this chance taken care of. 30 seconds to go in the first half here. That one is whipped in. 2 up for it. Bounces again out. Caligari will once again try and control it. He'll play it back. Calathias tries to keep it in. Nicely played wide, and now they can look to put in the ball. Ball stood up towards the near post. Away. Out by Stevens. 15 to go. Trying to keep it in is Nevins. Can't quite, and it'll skid out of play. Pino's just going to boot that one up. That will only get out as far as midfield. Swarthmore trying to quickly get an attack. It'll bounce around, and that'll be the first half. Halftime score here at Bello. Stevens College 0, Swarthmore 0. Ariel, your thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, I think this was a pretty evenly matched contest throughout those first 45 minutes. I expected to see Swarthmore to have a little bit more of the ball, but Stevens has had some good attacks and some good chances for both teams. The closest chance to a goal coming on that Charlie Ward shot about halfway through the first half that caromed off the post. But we look to be in for a good second half here as the wind does start to pick up, though.
Yeah, this is going to be a interesting second half for sure.
We've learned a lot from him, and we've probably learned more from him than he's learned from us.
I think they're a real important part in my life. I can't describe it. It feels amazing.
Team Impact is a national nonprofit that connects kids living with serious and chronic illness with college athletic teams, forming lifelong bonds and life-changing outcomes.
Can I have a hug? Oh. What's your favorite subject?
Math.
When you spread the word about Team Impact, you have the power to change lives.
Sip ace, that super bass got boom, boom. Got me dead live, I'm Kurt Cobain, boom, boom. Sip ace, that super bass got boom, boom. Got me dead live, I'm Kurt Cobain, boom, boom. Sip ace, that
Welcome back to Bellow Field as we get set for the second half of this NESCAC round of 60, or not NESCAC, NCAA round of 64 game between Stevens College and Swarthmore. Right now, we see Stevens getting on the field, getting ready to get going. Swarthmore will be out there shortly. Both teams full of nerves, full of anticipation, full of knowledge that this is the last 45 minutes that is guaranteed to them. One of these teams is going to go out and earn it. One of these teams is going to give it all and come up short. Ariel, how do you really, when you're in this situation, how do you think they find that extra gear, that extra willingness to really just give absolutely everything to their team?
Well, I think both teams have shown a lot of, effort throughout the first half. Both teams getting good chances. I think that it's going to take a little something extra from either one of these teams. Somebody's going to have to step up and make a big play, and that just comes from gaining some momentum, getting on the front foot early. And I think we'll see that whichever team starts out the second half on the front foot will probably come out on top.
Yeah, I think that's real smart. I think you want to look, if you're Swarthmore, at just keep attacking with speed, because that seems to be where Stevens has their weakness. And if you're Stevens, I think you have to be feeling like you're in a good spot, considering you came in as the underdogs, and you're right here in this game. And here is Swarthmore immediately getting going. Sean Ryan tries to win that ball for Stevens, and now Andino takes it. And now tries to play in a ball looking for Hawken, but instead will run all the way to Crawl, and Swarthmore will reset. That'll be played wide to, that is Calathias on that wing. Calathias trying to win it. And now it is won nicely by Leo Hecht. And it's going to be a foul against Swarthmore. Swarthmore not happy. They wanted the ref to play on advantage there. I kind of feel as if the ref might have blown his whistle a little too early, but that's judgment call, and you can never really understand what's going through a ref's head.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to know how advantage is going to get played out if the ball is going to fall to the right team. So normally, if you think it might fall to the other team, you blow the whistle.
Here is Harry Evans to take. That one is low. Did not go where it was intended. Sean Ryan cuts it out, and Andino gets a nice turn, forcing Calathias to play it out for a goal kick. Over the head, nice little deke out there, and a big step there from Sean Nolan to prevent anything further from happening for Stevens. But Stevens is able to get back on the ball. Slide tackle there from Leo Hecht. Great slide tackle as he gets all the ball. Tries to play in. Here is, ball's in the back of the net, won't count. Connor Gill was offsides.
Really good ball, though, by Hecht. Through ball if he had just managed to keep his run onside. But a good job by that Stevens back line for stepping up and forcing Connor Gill to be offsides there.
Yeah. I mean, if you can see where they're taking this free kick right now, it wasn't like he was that far down. It was just a great job of playing a high line. High risk, high reward, and they played it right. Here is Boriati. That one is flicked on. Second ball. Hawken fighting for it. Still fighting for it in the midfield now is Macer. And it'll come to Leo Hecht. Leo Hecht with a nice little turn. Plays to Shumasmade. Given away. Ball fought. And now here is Tumushabe. Tumushabe with Leo Hecht to his left. Tumushabe tries to cut in. Great step there from Giacomo. And that one is deflected. And it'll go all the way back to Boriati, who will reset, or not Boriati, as Crawl, and it'll be a reset here for Swarthmore. Cut out there by, that is Tyler Dressman, who will play to Silva. Back to Tyler Dressman. Nice ball into space there for Macer. Macer opens up and plays it wide to Pino. And now a nice 1-2 there with Kybesman. And Pino will take space. Into space. Sean Ryan with a good turn there. Plays it just behind not behind Hawken, behind him here, and now it's played wide. Now on to Sean Ryan. Sean Ryan tries a volley across, and that's out of play. Sean Ryan had a good idea there when he tried to play it into Hawken, but he played that ball a little bit behind him, and Hawken could not turn and take the space that was there and had to turn back, preventing him from really keeping that attack alive.
It was a good volley by Sean Ryan on that rebound, but it just sliced a little bit too far to the left.
Crawl will take. That one's going to hang up. Second ball, Wujin Shin for it. One nicely in the air by Musakia. And now Macer fighting for it. And now it comes to Sean Ryan. Sean Ryan, a little bit of a flick onto Andino. Andino can't control it all the way, but now can wing it back. Fighting for it is Connor Gill, but he loses it to Macer. Played back to Pino. Pino will play it over the top, and now Hawken will go chase. That one bounces over. Musakia tries to control, can't get it all the way. Charlie Ward plays it back to Leo Hecht. To Tumasmabe. Tumashabe is an option. Instead, it'll be played over the top. Unclear as to who is going to her, and Kai Bisman will take it. We'll play this one. Push in the back there on Hawken. Ref says play on. It'll be controlled by Andino. Andino tries to play Hawken, does play Hawken, as it pops free to... That was a nice ball in there for Mazer. Mazer now still making a run. Great defensive play getting back is Leo Hecht to prevent Mazer from getting to the byline there. And now he will lay it off nicely to Calathias, who will play Charlie Ward. Charlie Ward has and does play Tumashabe, but Tumashabe gives it away. And now it is... That was a nice little touch there from Silva before it's given away by Dressman. Ball down the line, well over hit there as Hotham was trying to send in Connor Gill, but that one was just over hit and out of play.
Really good step by Hotham to win that ball, but then that ball just a little bit too hard.
I mean, what a start for this second half from Stevens. Not at all what you were expecting after the way the first half ended, but they are on the front foot right now. And here they come again. That one is dealt with nicely by Calathias. Only as far as the first line, where he's immediately taking a nice touch, and now here's Andino. Andino on it again. Andino tries to play it into Sean Ryan. That ball is overhit as he had Sean Ryan through. I don't know if Sean Ryan would have been offsides, but Sean Ryan was definitely through. Crawl will pick it up for Swarthmore. That one is shanked into the ground, and Sean Ryan's on it. Sean Ryan over the head of the defender will play that one wide. Hawken will go chase. He will control it in the corner. Plays it off, looking for Andino. Good slide tackle there. Great slide tackle, actually, from Leo Hecht, but Andino's there to win it. And then a foul against Swarthmore. And that is a free kick from about 25 yards out on that left wing in a dangerous, dangerous spot.
Yeah, it looked like Leo Hecht might have just dragged Silva back a little bit there after he won that ball. Silva got on the end of it after Hecht had slide
Here it is,
tackled.
Silva. Silva's going to stand over and take this free kick. A lot of heads up here to take this one. That one stood up. Tried to be flicked on. It was flicked on only as far as Dressman. Dressman on the byline. Dressman back across and into the side netting.
We're seeing some good attacking here, though, from Stevens early in the second half. They're getting a lot of good chances, and that was another one where Kyvisman just flicked it on, but the shot went into the side netting.
Yeah, for sure. It seems as if Swarthmore is struggling to really get their offense going, and right now they just keep giving the ball away. Crawl to take. That one hangs out to Mashawi with a good turn there. Just plays it on to Charlie Ward. Charlie Ward's able to possess it. He'll play it back to Kalahias. Nicely played to Leo Hecht. Leo Hecht being doubled. That ball almost given away to Sean Ryan. Nice little bit of 1-2 ball there from Swarthmore, and now Tumashabe's on it. Tumashabe opens up looking for Wushin Shin, but he gave it away. Now here is Stevens. Andino on it. Andino gets tripped up by, that was a cynical tackle there from Nevins. And that'll be a free kick for Stevens.
Yeah, Andino just a little bit too quick for Harry Nevins, and as Andino got around him, he took his legs out from under him.
Yeah, that's what you like to just call a tactical foul, but you have to wonder if enough of those happen as we're starting to see them rile up if there'll be a yellow shown. This free kick will be taken by Andino. Standing over it. Stevens sending up 8. That ball's going to hang up. That ball bouncing around off of the head of a Swarthmore. Oh, wow. That was the wrong call. 100% that hit off the head. I can tell you for a fact that hit off of Sean Nolan's head. But the ref gives Swarthmore a huge bailout, and that'll be a goal kick. Crawl, seemingly waiting for his teammates to get open.
Yeah, Swarthmore's been doing this on their goal kicks. They start with their center backs pretty far back, kind of along the 6-yard box, and then they bring them up as Crawl takes the kick.
Yeah, good flick on there. Swarthmore fighting for it. Oh, wow, that is a push and a half from Tumashave into the back of Giacomo, and that'll be a free kick for Stevens.
Boriati gonna come up to take this.
Yeah, Boriati. It's the first time he's had to touch the ball this second half. That one is booted. Andino tries to flick it on, can't get it all the way. Sean Ryan steps there, but it's nicely taken care of, and down to Mashabe will try and control. Traps it down beautifully, given away as he tried to play to Wu Jinshin. And now here is Stevens. And now in was Hawken. That ball bounced around. Hawken is down in the box. Hawken is down. Hawken is down. The ref is letting play go on. Now he's going to stop it. Hawken is down and Hawken is hurt.
Not totally sure what happened there. It looked like he got bumped off the ball a little bit. It might have been a non-contact injury.
Let's see if we can get a replay on that.
Not something that you want to see. Trainer gonna come on here. This is definitely not something you want for Stevens, especially as they're starting to gain momentum. Their top scorer going down with an injury.
And this could be interesting because in the NCAA tournament, there is video review. And it looks as if the video desk monitor referee is having a discussion with the on-field referee. It would be good. It's unclear what exactly happened. Looks as if the video review has not shown anything that would warrant a reversal and a penalty call. So it looks as if we're just going to see a substitution and then the continuation of play back from where we were at the throw-in. But that is not a sight you want to see as Hawken is coming out to be replaced by Jay Buskett.
Yeah, he looks like he's limping on that left leg a little bit, so it might have been an injury where he just stepped in the wrong way as he got bumped off the ball. Poskett coming back in the game for Hawken now.
It's unclear what's going on right now.
I think we're going to get a Stevens throw.
Swarthmore seems to know exactly what's going on. Stevens seems to be a little bit shell-shocked right now. They're going to send up Pino to take this throw in. That one in. Nicely laid off. Sean Ryan tries to control it, can't. And now here comes Swarthmore. Charlie Ward with it. Charlie Ward has runners. Charlie Ward cuts onto his right foot, plays it behind Wu Jinshin, and Giacomo will take. Giacomo has numbers. Plays that ball a little too much on it, and it'll be cut out nicely by Harry Nevins. And now down is another Stevens player behind the ball. He looks just to be suffering from cramps, I think. As he seems to be stretching out his calves.
Yeah.
That's at least a good sign, is that if it's cramps, it's nothing more than a temporary problem.
That's Giacomo.
That's never a good sign, considering he had just played the ball and was not contacted. But he seems good enough to play on, and so it will start with Swarthmore possession with Tumushabe.
Yeah, this is one way to gain momentum if you're Swarthmore. 2 Stevens players going down in a matter of minutes, and now they're able to kind of switch the tempo and get on the front foot a little bit here.
For sure. On the other hand, definitely gives Stevens something to play for. With a teammate down, you often find something that gives you that extra strength that we were talking about at halftime. But it is controlled here by Swarthmore, and Muth will play it wide. Looking for Wu Jinshin, but taken. And now here's Silva. That one over the top. Looking for Poskett. That'll bounce and be cleared nicely to Muth. And now Nolan. Nolan with a nice little flick-on play. Looking for... Ooh, whoa, that was a dangerous tackle. That pass to Connor Gill. Connor Gill comes in with a late tackle there, but they say play on. And now here is Swarthmore playing very physical right now. And now here's Andino for Stevens. That one is forced back. Muth gets rid of it. Only as far as the first line of the Swarthmore or the Stevens defense. Nicely played there. Controlled by Sean Ryan. And now Pino. Pino getting pulled down by Charlie Ward, but it went out of play first. That one in, and now given right back to Stevens. And controlled there by, that was Sean Nolan before it was given away. And it'll be a free kick. Quickly taken to Nevins. And now opened up nicely to Calathias. Drops Sean Nolan, the great dribble move. And now Charlie Ward will get rid of it all the way back to, that is Sean Nolan. Now Nevins on it. Nevins looking for a runner. Had Tumushabe, but overhit it. And Pino will just play that one out for a throw.
Yeah, Tumushabe putting a lot of pressure on Pino down that left side with his speed.
For sure. Sub will be coming here for the Stevens College team. Sean Ryan, who has been a real talent, as Vespucci will replace him. And immediately taking a bit of a shin hacking here is Poskett. And down goes Leo Hecht, and that'll be a foul against Stevens. And quickly taken. Nevins will control, and now back to Nolan. Nolan looks to play and plays Connor Gill. Can Connor Gill keep that in? He can't. Good run there from Connor Gill. Coming short and spinning around the defender, just couldn't keep it in.
Yeah, that was the right idea from Nolan down that right side. Those are the kind of balls that are going to spring your attackers open and get some crosses into the box. Swarthmore, though, hasn't really gotten into the box in the second half.
Here's America Vespucci on the ball. And now it is fought for. And nicely controlled there. That is a good little bit of play. And good tackle there. Musakia tried to win it, can't. It'll pop out wide to Calathias. And now wide to Tumushabe. Tumushabe gonna run. Tumushabe gonna run, cut onto his right foot. Tumushabe crossed. That ball deflected out, and it will be a throw-in. That was not deflected. The Swarthmore bench is screaming as they seem to have seen a deflection. But there is no call coming, and it'll just be a throw.
We've got Giacomo down. It looks like that calf again might be bothering him. He's just going to go off on the end line, and Stevens is going to have to bring in a sub here.
That is not good, as Giacomo has been their best defender. Stevens is not bringing on a sub right now.
No, they're not. Are they going to play with 10? As Swarthmore makes his sub, Youth coming off.
It looks as if Giacomo is making no attempt to get back on the field, and they are going to bring on a sub now. It will be Giovanni Falvo.
For Stevens, number 5, Gianni Falvo.
Falvo will come in to replace Giacomo, as that calf was just too much to keep playing on. Connor Gill for Swarthmore. Switches it, looking for Tumushabe, but can't control it. That ball is fought for on the wing, and it'll be a throw-in for Swarthmore. Nicely played in, and here is the first touch for Brendan Cramblett. Cramblett tried to keep it. Good turn there from Silva, but can't control it. Still fighting for it. And now a bit of space for Leo Hank.
What a move.
Leo Hank gets taken down. Ref says play on. Wu Jinshin, that ball bounces free. Wu Jinshin goes down. Ref says play on. The ref is letting a lot of things go on here.
What a run by Leo Hecht into the box there. Some really good footwork.
Bouncing around. Shot from Swarthmore. Save. That shot was a banger from Charlie Ward, and a good save there from Boreati.
I think that might be the first save that Boreati has had to make in the second half.
And now a goal kick to relieve some of this pressure for Stevens.
Brendan Mulligan coming on here.
He'll replace Musiaka.
Number 12, Brendan Mulligan.
And now that ball bounces around. Stevens trying to get onto it. They can't. Harry Nevins trying to dribble through 3 Stevens players, and he does. And now that ball is nicely redirected there. Wow, that's an interesting call. Did not look to be any contact whatsoever there, but a quickly taken free kick. And here is Swarthmore on that wing, looking to put a ball in. Ball low across the box. Wu Jinshin keeps it in. Can't keep it in the box, though, and now here looking to run is Poskett. Poskett in behind Nolan. That ball is deflected nicely by Nolan. And now down goes 2, and the foul is going to be against Stevens.
I think they're signaling for a throw in here.
You're right, they are substituting a throw-in. And a sub coming in for Swarthmore, Dean Shong. Dean Shong coming in for Swarthmore momentarily. He will replace Connor Gill up top.
Substitution for Swarthmore. Coming on is number 26, Dean Chong.
Dean Shong will come in, give the Garnet something new up top, just to spell Connor Gill a little bit here. Fighting for it on that wing is Dean Chong and winning it, and now Tumushabe will play it wide, and Dean Chong immediately getting on it. And it's played back to Wu Jinshin. Wu Jinshin drops the shoulders, plays it wide. Good ball down the line into Wu Jinshin. Wu Jinshin on the touchline. Who's shit across the box, deflected away. Now nicely done by Silva to get it out to midfield. And one back, but not only as far as Crablet, and that was out. And whoa. That looked like a football hit. What a hit there from Nevins. He went right through the back there of Vespucci.
He did play the ball, though. He did get the ball before the person, so it's not a foul. Well, I guess it is a foul. The ref's going to call it a foul.
I thought he got the ball, but I didn't think he got the ball first.
I think the ref is probably calling that a foul for the follow-through after getting the ball. Stevens gets a free kick out of it.
Yep, and this one will be taken by Kaiserman to the corner. That one nicely saved by Puskett. It does go, oh no, he was not able to save it. It was out for a throw, or for a goal kick, excuse me.
Substitution for Stevens. Coming on is number 11, Luca Campbell.
Luca Campbell will replace Puskett. He was really good in the first half. He kind of helped stem the tide when Swarthmore looked to be on the verge of just completely controlling this game.
Yeah, and similar to the first half, we have seen a little bit of a back and forth with Stevens dominating the first 5 to 10 minutes, and now Swarthmore getting a lot of possession in that Stevens half.
Vespucci with a nice turn there. That hits off of Leo Hecht and out of play for a throw. Quickly taken by Vespucci. Tries to play Luca Campbell. And now on that there for Stevens is Mulligan. And now here is Nevins. And Nevins plays Charlie Ward. Charlie Ward plays a good ball there. And Tumushabe could be in, but a great slide tackle coming across is Pino to slide in and deflect that ball out of play.
Yeah, that ball by Charlie Ward just curling enough so that Pino could get a foot on that.
Down the line into the feet of Crablet, and now into Tumushabe. Tries to turn around, and it is given away. Trip up of Luca Campbell, and that'll be a free kick. Good sportsmanship there as Harry Nevins helps Luca Campbell back up. Nothing malicious about that, just a good tackle and a quickly taken free kick here by Stevens. And now it is nicely controlled on that wing by Silva. And now Silva wide inside to Mazer. Now back to Silva. Silva will put a ball in. That ball deflected. And now it'll be fought for. Tumushabe is taken out as Mazer takes him out. Kind of on accident as Mazer himself tripped and could not keep his balance well enough to not impede Tumushabe. Looks as if Tumushabe is going to get his first rest of the day. So that's a good ball. But a good step there from the defense to get that rid of. And that'll be a sub. And a throw-in to be taken by Stevens. Down is Tumushabe. He was coming out anyway, going to be replaced by Connor Gill coming back into the game.
Looks like Sean Ryan for Stevens as well is going to come in. It looks like Tumushabe is having some cramps on that right leg.
And we will once again stop the clock here at Bello as Mulligan will come out for Sean Ryan to come back in. And
Substitutions coming on for Swarthmore, number 9, Connor Gill. And for the Ducks, number 27, Sean Ryan.
Sean Ryan once again returning. He'll play alongside Vespucci in the center of that midfield now. Ref is being yelled at by Swarthmore. I'm not quite sure for what. Anyway, play will resume. Tyler Dressman with it. Tried to play it to Silva, but is cut out. And now Wujin Shin on it. Given away. A little bit of shoving there. Luke Campbell's able to win it. Silva being doubled. Plays it nicely. Dressman with it. And that referee is standing there absolutely motionless, waiting for forever. And eventually rules it a Stevens throw.
Looked like both players kicked the ball at the same time. It's hard to tell on those kind of plays who kicked it out of bounds.
Yeah, it looked as if the ref was looking over to the other linesman on the far side to see if he had a view before making a call. Luka Campbell with it. Plays it back to Dressman. Into Silva. Silva into space. Luka Campbell going to go chase. Nev's going to have to deal with it, and he does brilliantly, playing it right off of Luka Campbell for a goal kick.
Yeah, we've seen some really good plays by those Swarthmore center backs, just being able to play the ball off of the Stevens forwards to win goal kicks instead of corners.
Sean Nolan, good ball over the top. Could not be kept in by Gill, and now Andino on it again. Andino tried to play Sean Ryan, played it behind him, and now Nolan will control. Nolan to Leo Hecht. Leo Hecht has Gramblett wide, and he'll play it. Gramblett, 1-2, looking for Leo Hecht. Oh, wow. There's a foul there. As Leo Hecht came in chasing the ball and got a lot of Kybisman there. And that will be a free kick for Stevens. 20 minutes to go here at Bello. Still 0-0. That one's nicely touched on. Campbell into Silva. Silva plays it between the legs of the defender. Into Pino. Deflected there by Vespucci. Probably shouldn't have done that, as there was a good run coming behind him. The clearance there from Swarthmore only out as far as Gianni Falvo gets his first touch here. And he'll play it nicely into Luke Campbell. Luke Campbell tries to play it on. Looking for Sean Ryan. Down goes Nevins, and that'll be a foul. And now controlled by Nevins to Sean Nolan. And on the wing, Gill playing a nice 1-2 ball with Harry Hawthorne, but that one's going to skid out of play. And Tyler Dressman on it and plays it to Silva. Silva plays a nice ball into Luka Campbell. Luka Campbell being grinded a little bit. Andino now. Andino into space. Vespucci. That one's a little bit behind Pino, but Pino will control. And now Vespucci. Vespucci with a little trick. Comes out to Pino, who will reset it to Andino. Into space for Sean Ryan. Sean Ryan, good step there from Leo Hecht, and then Leo Hecht is pulled down, and that'll be a foul. And that might be a yellow. He is going to give a yellow. Sean Ryan will see a yellow for that.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit of a tactical foul by Sean Ryan, because Leo Hecht looked like he was about to spring a Swarthmore counterattack there. He was able to just step in front of Sean Ryan on that ball in by Pino. Leo Hecht has been a real dominating force for this Swarthmore team, playing in that kind of center defensive midfield position, winning a lot of balls.
Yeah, absolutely. So has his opposite number, Andino. Andino's really also served for Stevens in that similar function. And now here on the ball for Stevens was Andino. He played it to Masser, but then it was given away. And now it'll be taken by, that is Cramblett, sorry. And now Silva controls for Stevens. And into Maser. And now Andino. Andino with a good ball wide to Vespucci. Vespucci has the overlapping run of Pino. Instead, cuts inside. Leaves it off for Sean Ryan. Sean Ryan tries a little flick. Just missed finding Vespucci. But not happy there. That one was played for Connor Gill, but he slipped, and it'll be taken by Giovanni Falvo. Giovanni Falvo looked to play it into Luca Campbell, but that one is cut out. Ref's going to call that play back. It was offsides on Luca Campbell. Quickly played. Hecht back to Harry Nevins. And now wide. And nice little dribble move there from Kalatiath. And now he'll try and play it over the top, looking for the runner, Charlie Ward. But it'll be controlled instead nicely by Kybisman. Back to Macer. And now over the top, Luca Campbell will try and control. Little bike clearance there from Leo Hecht, and it works. And now Leo Hecht on it again. And he'll play it nice to Cramblett. Into space. Charlie Ward. Nice little fake out by Leo Hecht. And he'll play Charlie Ward. And throw in here for Swarthmore. Looks as if Kuzemka's going to come back into this game for Swarthmore. Or for Stevens, excuse me. Little flick on, nicely played. Charlie Ward's on it. Then taken off of him, and now a spring through ball. Can Campbell get onto it? Nevins is over. Can't get it all the way out. It only goes as far as Sean Ryan. Sean Ryan with a great little turn. Nevins comes back across to prevent that second ball from getting Campbell. Now fought for by Nevins and Mazer. Nevins gets it out as far as Gianni Fabio. And now it'll be controlled by Wu Jin Shin, who will just boot that ball to relieve some of this pressure. But here is Andino, and Stevens looks to counter again. Back all the way to the keeper. It is Bioriotti. 15 minutes to go. Great ball. Sean Ryan with a good touch. And now Sean Ryan again plays it wide. Controlled nicely by Silva. Silva switches the field. A little bit behind Campbell. Controlled nicely by Vespucci. Tried to play Campbell again. Overhit it. Gianni Fabio gets a nice head. And now Harry Hawtham will just direct that one out of play. 2 subs coming in for Stevens. It'll be Kuzemka for Vespucci, and Luca Campbell will come out with Jay Poskett coming back in.
Stevens on his number 16, Jake Poskett, and number 24, Emerson Kuzemka, and for Swarthmore on his number 15, Antonio Caligari, and number 16, Bless Chumashabi.
Chumashabi's going to come back in for Swarthmore, and as will
Matthew Loreg, I think that is. Oh, no.
That is
Sorry, Caligari.
Caligari coming back in. So Swarthmore's going for it here. 2 attacking subs. Wow, he tried to sell that call. That one is headed out. A little bit of a miscue as it comes off Kybisman. And the ref's going to call a foul on Kybisman. And that's a dangerous spot for a Swarthmore free kick.
I think that might have been a handball there. The linesman there waving his flag to signal to the ref for a Swarthmore free kick here. And with just under 15 minutes to go in the game, this is a good opportunity for Swarthmore to try and get a goal on the scoreboard here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you get a goal here and you probably win this game. Who will take? Charlie Ward, Hecht, and Nolan to take over it. Who will take? Nolan, no. Now it comes. And a shot there, wide. Just wide as a hit and a half from Charlie Ward. And it'll be a goal kick.
Substitution for Swarthmore. Coming on is number 11, Jonah Johnson.
Jonah Johnson back in the game for Swarthmore, replacing Connor Gill. Connor Gill making his displeasure with being substituted out known on his way off the field. Good ball there from Harry Hotham. And ball inside, looking for Leo Hecht and finding him. And back to Sean Nolan. And all the way wide to Harry Hotham. Ooh, good turn there from Jonah Johnson. And it'll go out for a throw-in for Swarthmore. 12 minutes to go here. That one down the line. Looking for, but not finding a teammate. That one being fought for. Bounces around, and Falvo gets it out to midfield for a Swarthmore throw.
5 feet, 5 feet, 5 feet. Hey, don't throw the ball away.
Given away. Nicely taken by Silva. Silva wins a throw-in for Stevens. Quickly takes it into Sean Ryan. Sean Ryan with a little bit of a loose touch. Given and now taken by Wujin Shin. Shin down the line, over hit. Out for a Stevens throw. 11 minutes to go.
This is the point in the game where you really got to dig deep and find something to be able to get on that scoreboard.
Yeah, this is also the point of the game where those shots that they were taking from 30 yards earlier in this game don't seem as, unnecessary now, as you never know what could happen. Give away there from Pino, and now he's out of position all the way over. Holy.
Ball came flying over on the sideline there. We almost got hit by that, but a good clearance by Kivesman.
And Calathius will take. Charlie Ward goes down, hopping with it in his legs. It's going to be a foul on Charlie Ward. And now Calathius is going to see a yellow for delay of game.
No.
And so will Charlie Ward. Or sorry, that's just being issued to Charlie Ward for dissent. And a free kick will be taken here by Kivesman.
Stevens looking to send this one all the way into the box from half field.
And they do. So it drifts towards the back post, headed out by Swarthmore. Jonah Jameson on it now. And he will just redirect that one into the stands. And a sub will be made momentarily, but Stevens wants to play it quickly. That ball over the head of the first defender can't get all the way through, and Andino redirects it on. Galvani gets it only as far as the first defender. And now Dressman with it. Dressman with a nice turn. Played nicely. Poskett laid off nicely for Silva. Silva making a run. Cut out by Wujin Shin. That ball over the top. Looking for Tumushabe. Tumushabe forces it out for a throw. Throw for Swarthmore. 9 minutes to go. Tumushabe on that wing. Down goes the Swarthmore player. That ball goes out of play. It'll be Stevens College throw.
Substitution. Stevens.
Kuzemka coming off.
Leo Musakia.
Musakia coming back on.
Musakia is coming back on. That's a big sub. He was a defensive midfielder. It seems as if Stevens is content to play for overtime. But they might not need it as here they come. Oh, Sean Ryan slipped as they had a 3-on-2 on the two center backs. But now here comes Swarthmore, and that ball is played into a lot of space for Charlie Ward. Charlie Ward has all kinds of space. And now he just runs right into the Swarthmore defender of Pino off of Pino and out for a throw. Charlie Ward probably should have done better there.
Looked like the touch just got away from him and Pino was able to track back and recover, but now Swarthmore has a corner kick here.
Yeah. And they have, whoa, that is lightning. And we are going to go into a delay right now. Hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to weather in the area, we're going into a delay. We ask you to go back to your vehicles. You will not be allowed to go into the Tisch Center building. Please wait out the delay in your vehicles.
Hold on momentarily for... We are going to take a short break, and we will be back when this game gets back.
Let me show you something.
Sip Ace, that super bass got boom, boom. Got me dead live, I'm Kurt Cobain, boom, boom. Sip Ace, that super bass got boom, boom. Got me dead live, I'm Kurt Cobain, boom, boom. Sip Ace, that Sip Ace, that super bass got boom, boom. Got me dead live, I'm Kurt Cobain, boom, boom. Sip Ace, that super bass got boom, boom. Got me dead live, I'm Kurt Cobain, boom, boom. Sip Ace, that super bass got
sing underwater world. I'm gonna sing down under the water. Underwater world. I'm gonna sing and I'm gonna sing underwater world. I'm gonna sing down under the water. Underwater world. I'm gonna sing and I'm gonna sing underwater world. I'm gonna sing down under the water. Underwater world. I'm gonna sing and I'm gonna sing underwater world. I'm gonna sing down under the water. Underwater world. I'm gonna sing and I'm gonna sing underwater world. I'm gonna sing down under the water. Underwater world. I'm gonna sing and I'm gonna sing.
Let me show you something. Let me show you something.
Sip Ace, that super bass got boom, boom. Got me dead live, I'm Kurt Cobain, boom, boom. Sip Ace, that super bass got boom, boom. Got me dead live, I'm Kurt Cobain, boom, boom. Sip Ace, that freaking down. Sip Ace, that super bass got boom, boom. Got me dead live, I'm Kurt Cobain, boom, boom. Sip Ace, that super bass got boom, boom. Got me dead live, I'm Kurt Cobain, boom, boom. Sip Ace, that freaking down.
Let me show you something. show you something.
Sip ace, that super bass got boom, boom. Got me dead live, I'm Kurt Cobain, boom, boom. Sip ace, that super bass got boom, boom. Got me dead live, I'm Kurt Cobain, boom, boom. Sip ace, that
We have 7.5 minutes left in this second half, and unless either team can get on the scoreboard, we are going to head to overtime, in which case I believe it will be a golden goal situation.
It will be.
So both teams are looking to score in the next 7 minutes, and we're going to resume play from a Swarthmore corner kick.
That's a good chance to get a goal. You know Swarthmore wants it.
And they are going to make 2 subs right away.
Jason Muth will be re-entering the game, and Will Kremlitz replacing Johnson and Caligari.
Stevens has everybody behind the ball here.
We are about ready to go here at Bello. Thanks for sticking with us through the delay. We're glad to have you here. We're just waiting for the referee to restart the game. And we're live. Play is unassumed. Corner kick to be taken. In swinger towards the back post. Passes, through the legs. There was a back post run being made there. It was being made by, I cannot see.
Charlie Ward, it looked like.
Yeah, it was Charlie Ward. Just between his legs, could not get it on target. Buriotti to take the goal kick. That one hangs in the air. Won by Muth to Wujin Shin. And now going to chase will be Gamblet. Deep into the corner, Krambit still chasing. That one's booted out. Poskett will go try and chase, and it comes nicely to, that was Silva. And now on the wing to, and ref's going to call that offsides, I believe, on Tumushabe.
Yeah, Tumushabe just starting behind that Stevens back line and coming forward to receive that pass.
Tyler Dressman to take. Oh, no, actually, they're going to have Boriotti come all the way up and take it, sending good numbers into the Swarthmore area. That ball is up. One in the air by Swarthmore by Nevins, and to Wujin Shin. Wujin Shin's going to try and send Ashimati. And can he get there? No. Good play there by, that was a great play by Falvo there, and then a foul on Tumushabe as he gave a little bit of a bump to Falvo. And another free kick. Once again, long. This one will fall nicely. Headed on by Andino. And it falls into the box. Oh, could not get onto it. Could Stevens, as they had a chance, nicely laid off there by Sean Ryan. And he just could not find the runner there. That one still bouncing around. Shot over the bar.
Oh, Brendan Mulligan just couldn't get over that ball.
Brandon Mulligan had a chance, just couldn't keep it down. What a chance that could have been. And a goal kick here for, this will be,
Rain has started again.
yes it has. That'll make things more interesting here. Controlled nicely by Charlie Ward. Woo Jin Shin back. And now all the way back, and a little bit of a loose touch there from Hotham, but he's controlled nicely by Nevins, who will play to Calathes. And now Krambit gives it away. Sean Ryan flicked it on nicely. And here they go with Silva. Silva through. On to Mulligan. Has an overlapping run. He's going to play it. Ball across towards the back of the box. Deflected. Holy shoot. That hit. That looked like it hit off the outside of the post.
It was almost an own goal by Sean Nolan. He almost deflected that into his own net. Very fortunate not to.
Yeah, corner coming here for Stevens. 4 minutes to go. What a way to win this game this would be.
Stevens has all their attackers in line.
In swinger towards the back post, over the head of everyone and out of play. Too much on that.
And that's definitely not what you want to do in this situation. You've set your team up with a really good opportunity and just not giving anybody a chance to get on the end of it.
For sure, for sure. You said it, Ariel. You got to take advantage of these opportunities when they come up. And neither of these teams is doing a good job of that right now. That one's in the air. Andino goes up for it, can't win it. Now Cramblett comes back to win it. Sean Ryan has it for Stevens. Sean Ryan looked as if it had been taken down. Ref says play on it. Comes to Silva. Silva now has runners. Plays Poskett. Can't control it. It'll run all the way down to Mulligan. He's going to pressure, and that was not taken cleanly by Kral, but eventually he collects it. If there's a second runner there, they might be able to get to that ball before Kral can corral that. That hit, surely hit off the hand of Cram, but ref says unintentionally, and Tumashabu will control. Tries to play it to Muth, and that's going to be a foul on Muth as he goes through the back of Mulligan.
Good sportsmanship by Muth there, picking up Mulligan after he fouled him. And it looks like Andino's going to look to play a long ball into the box here.
Yeah. Stevens going to send up their attack here, trying desperately to get a goal to send them through to the next round. That one's taken, hits the first line, and Woo Jin Shin just gets rid of that. Comes back to Andino. Andino's going to send it back in. That's a good idea. Almost came through, and Woo Jin Shin's able to corral it, but does not get it out as it comes nicely to Kybisman. Kybisman on the wing, being pressed by Charlie Ward. Now a second over. Kybisman still trying to put a ball in. That ball into the box. Turned. Shot. Goal!
Oh.
What a goal! That is in by Bosket with 1:48 to go. Stevens takes the lead.
What a goal by Stevens, and that's from Kybisman, the run that Kybisman made down the right side. Normally a center back who's not normally in an attacking position, but he was able to get the ball to Poskett, was able to turn and put it into the side netting to give Stevens a 1-0 lead with just under a minute and a half to play.
What a moment for the seniors. And they're going to send in a sub, our Swarthmore. They're going to send in Caligari. He's going to replace
Hotham.
Hotham coming out there, bringing in an attacker. They have 1:47 to save their season.
Hotham, a right back. They're going to replace him with an attacker. It looks like Swarthmore is going to go to
all-out attack.
Yeah, not even one or two in the back here. Everybody's up on the halfway line. The rain is starting to come down now again.
Woo Jin Shin sends that long. That is going to be caught by Boreati. Chased by Caligari. Boreati has it controlled nicely. Minute 35 to go. Boreati's going to give that a boot. Flicked on nicely by Poskett, deep into the Swarthmore corner. Really starting to rain. Minute and a half to go. Flicked on. Charlie Ward tried to control, could not. That ball is booted down into the corner. Swarthmore is going to take the throw in. Quickly taken. Booted up and blowing in the wind and out of play. No, stayed in. Hits off the head of Kalthiathis, and it'll go. 1 minute to go here at Bella. 1 minute. Booted as Stevens are just booting the ball at this point. They are feeling that they are so close to a victory. 50 seconds to go. Swarthmore with the throw, going to be booted up deep from Kral.
The wind is blowing that ball backwards. You can see the rain
Foul
coming
against,
left to right.
Foul against Stevens. Swarthmore free kick, and here comes the goalie. Oh, the ref's going to stop the clock as there's an injured Swarthmore player.
It looks like it's Nevins. And you know he probably is really hurt because now is not the time to be going down for Swarthmore. Limping hard on that left ankle.
He's going to get up, though. They don't want to sub. Keeper up. Swarthmore free kick at half. Everyone is up. There is no one back other than Hecht, who is taking the free kick. There is no one in the Swarthmore end. 11 behind the ball, 10 attacking. Ball gets hung up in the wind. Tried to be flicked on. A foul there? No. Ref says clean. Booted out of play by Stevens. That'll be a throw-in. Keeper to take. Back to Hecht. 15 to go. Controlled there. Swarthmore's got 10 seconds. That's down the corner. Ball coming in. Cleared out of play through a throw-in. 3, 2, 1. Ward with a shot out of play, and Stevens has survived. Final score here at Bello. Swarthmore 0, Stevens College 1. A shocker in the rain. Stevens College survives another day to play against Tufts tomorrow.
And what a game by Stevens. They hung in this one throughout the whole game and waited patiently for their opportunities and were able to capitalize right at the end of the game with just around 3 minutes left to put them up 1-0 and get into that second round.
Yeah, and that second round you can see right here on JumboCast at 3 o'clock tomorrow, where the Tufts Jumbos will look to advance to the second round playing against this Stevens College Ducks team. Thank you very much for tuning into JumboCast. I've been Riley Daniel. Alongside me has been Ariel Weinstein. It has been a pleasure. Good night.